Welcome to Gotham High, where everyone worships the rich and the beautiful. And no one is richer or more handsome than Bruce Wayne. He doesn't have friends, he has followers. My friend Jack Napier has nothing to his name, except good looks and a wicked sense of humor. The problem is that I love them both. I'm Selena Kyle, and in my opinion, a triangle is a perfect shape.
Welcome to DC Daily! I am Amy Dallen, and I am joined by my best RPG friends, Hector Navarro and Samm Levine. Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing so good. Holed up in our homes. This is fantastic.
This is fantastic. This is where I was always trying to be anyway. I hate leaving the house, so...
I do have to ask a follow-up question here. I know we've been calling you Bat Sam forever, but are you literally Batman?
I mean, I feel like I've been telling you guys for a year and a half and no one's listened to me. Yeah, this is my wallpaper all over my apartment.
Apologies, Bat Sam. I thought you were just a fan of a fictional character. I didn't know you were actually a brutal nighttime vigilante. Good on you.
Thank you so much. It's been really hard because we tape so early and I don't sleep much, but worth it.
All right, we are doing a catch-up on The Breakfast League. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can go watch right now. Episode 1 is on DCUniverse.com. Y'all, what's The Breakfast League?
Oh, The Breakfast League is this amazing group of incredibly good-looking, talented people that have come together to play something called an RPG, which stands for a role-playing game. And you have got that's right, yeah, not grenade. That's normally people get confused. People think they get 2 out of 3. They think role-playing grenade? No.
It's a cool special version of the DC universe in the 80s, so it's packed with all these great 80s references. They're playing a legit vintage DC RPG from the 80s that some of them remember, and they have this incredible cast. Can we talk about the players for a second? Freddie Prinze Jr., Vanessa Marshall, WWE superstar Xavier Woods and Clare Grant are the just the people who happen to be at this table. You know, no big deal.
Plus, we can't forget Alfred Pennyworth is also a part of the show. The Alfred is serving them drinks, which is key if you're going to be playing a role-playing game in real life with your friends. You have to have snackies and drinkies, so that part is covered.
Yeah, and I noticed that, as you said, they do all have drinks, and I don't know who we have to talk to, but from this point on, I believe all of us on DC Daily should also have Alfred bringing us beverages throughout the show. Just putting it out there.
Yep. They're collaborating to tell this story. It's got action. It's got a ton of mysteries. It's got a bunch of surprises because when you're rolling dice to find out what happens, you never know how that's actually going to go. And if you haven't watched it yet, you should bounce out and go do that because we are about to go to Spoiler Town for episodes 4 and 5 of The Breakfast League. Are you guys ready? Yo, these were huge!
I love spoilers.
I just want to say, too, even if somebody hasn't seen Breakfast League yet, and they're still like, I don't know, and they really don't mind some spoilies, I would say even maybe stick around to whet your appetite a little bit. To rewatch the show almost, knowing what we know now, would also be a treat in and of itself.
It's big talk. You'll have to decide for yourself after you've watched it through because, y'all, we're in serious spoiler territory. We learned along the course of this series that the characters themselves have secret identities the players didn't even know about. So we've been watching a bunch of high school kids deal with some mysterious shenanigans, and now we know 3 out of 4 of them are legendary DC superheroes. We had a huge action episode. We got 3 reveals. We got some weird behavior from the villains who maybe also have some super stuff going on. What do we think?
I loved these reveals. I mean, I know we had talked about what we all thought was going on in there and how they were all DC superheroes, but there's a difference between us talking about it around a table and it actually happening in the game, and Xavier's Tommy being revealed as Batman was amazing. Was amazing. I loved it. He was having so much fun with it. I loved his take on how he was playing Batman. He wanted this dark, younger, willing to kill Batman. That was a great take on it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I agree. That was definitely like the highlight of the episode for me when Xavier Woods, WWE superstar Xavier Woods, decided to crash through a window in an effort to reveal who his character was. Because again, we've been talking about this for weeks now, and we've all been theorizing. And so far, I don't mean to brag, I have been right with all of my theories about who each of the players was actually playing. But we were waiting at the edges of our seats to see when these players would reveal their characters, because Sam, throughout the show, Sam Witwer would pull them aside and go, okay, this is who you're really playing, and you can let them know whenever you want. And so we, as the viewers, were like, oh, when are they going to reveal the characters to one another, to us, the audience? And the fact that WWE superstar Xavier Woods decided to do it like that, crashing through that window, it was so Batman. It was great. And when I was watching it, I thought to myself, oh, Samm Levine's going to really like this part.
You are correct. I thoroughly enjoyed that part. For, as you know, I am very new to the world of RPGs. And, you know, I sometimes have to go back and rewatch things because I don't want to miss anything. I felt a little silly about that, but I was watching this episode with my fiance, who is very well versed in RPGs. And this was the first when she saw episode 4. She picked it up like that. Like that, Hector and Amy. Okay? It's not been a good day in the Batcave.
Makes sense.
But we did. We got a beautiful, dramatic Batman entrance. I loved the moment where he was communicating with Sam, the DM, and sort of secretly letting him know what his plan was. That's one of my favorite things in RPGs, and what makes it so fun that they're not scripted, because the other players really don't know that's coming. But if you can sort of communicate your intentions in that way, you set each other up for these beautiful moments. And then we got Catwoman, and can we talk about Wonder Woman?
Oh, yes.
That spin move to reveal herself, the fact that I love the way they play the characters once they know who they are, because I love the fact that their first priorities are still true to character. Like, Batman wants to keep his eye on Catwoman because there's jewels in this room. And Wonder Woman, of course...
Not just any jewels, Amy. Not just any jewels. The Wayne family jewels.
They're a little casual with those secret identities. I'm a little worried.
I love the part where Xavier Woods is like, he's trying to take my diamonds and my father's stuff.
Yeah. And here, I thought there was only one set of the Wayne family jewels left.
No. It's more than just a pearl necklace. There are many, many items of jewelry apparently in that. Sorry, did I not need to bring that up again?
Too soon.
His parents are dead. Huh?
It's always too soon for Batman's parents. I love the way they play the characters, and Wonder Woman, of course, trying to keep her eye on the ball, trying to defend the innocents, trying to deal directly with the points of greatest danger. Can we talk about the fact that it looks like Carl might just be completely knocked out? They have, like, a limited amount of time to get to him?
I got a theory on that.
Well, wait, I want to hear your theory in a second. I just got to say, like, I know enough about RPGs. I was like, is he about to kill Freddie Prinze Jr.? Like, is he going to knock him out of this game? That'll be a weird move. But he might do it. I don't know. It's Witwer. He's crazy.
Not only do you know enough about RPGs, but you also know enough about, like, making a television show. You're not going to kill off Freddie Prinze Jr. You're not going to do that.
I don't know. That was the way it was going. Stranger things have happened, my friend.
He drew everybody's attention with that beautiful 4-column shift move. His annoyance attack, which I thought was brilliant. Like, again, as an RPG fan, the weird things that come up mechanically that acquire meaning and context of the game are so amazing. So the fact that in this game, there's something called column shifts, which is sort of, you know, you find out whether you can hit something, and then you find out how hard you hit it. And they're two separate things, because it's like, did you just barely hit it, or did you, like, say Superman would, punch the heck out of it? And there has to be a way of discussing, like, how hard was that? And that's column shifts in this game. And the fact that we got 4 column shifts on a roll to annoy someone, potentially to his own fatal detriment, but to the salvation of the group at large. I loved that move. I loved that moment. I love RPGs.
Yeah, in fact, Amy, I want to ask you about that. That 4-column shift. I, of course, know everything there is to know about 4-column shifts when they happen in the RPG world. I mean, duh. But if, I don't know, maybe someone watching this were a little, you know, maybe they needed a touch-up, a refresher. Just, you know, they don't want to hear me talk about it. Maybe just let us know.
So the basic thing, and it's unique to this game, is that there are kind of 2 charts you're checking with in this game. There is the, I'm trying to do the thing, and I'm stronger than you are fast, so I can try to hit you, and that's when you hear Sam calling out what number they need. He's mentally going to that chart, which he's just basically got at this point, and going, all right, you need this. That's where that math comes from, to see what they need to roll. Now, When you decide whether they successfully hit or not, then you go to the second chart, which is how much damage you're doing. And that's going to be adjusted by how well you did on that first one. So when you roll a 19, you hit the heck out of somebody. And there's a way to reflect that in the game. And sometimes you can use it to bother someone. And I love that. Come on.
Oh, that's exactly the way I remember it. I would have described it with a lot more cursing. So well done, Amy. Thanks.
The fact that there were almost kind of some sneaky villain reveals too. Some of the supporting characters and side characters and some of the threats that these high school age characters are dealing with. I was guessing some of them. I know we theorized about there being mud on somebody's shoe. We're like, that's Clayface. That's Clayface.
Hector, let's do it right now. Let's talk episode 5 because even though I was being sneaky earlier, Carl's not dead. Not only is he not dead, he's not Carl. We have all kinds of reveals. We got more action. We're solving the mystery. Clayface is here. Lix is Lex Luthor and Carl is Superman. Y'all, episode 5.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. That's it. That's all I can legally say. Superman's here, y'all.
I called it from the beginning, not only because of who I was theorizing Clare Grant was playing, of course, Catwoman, and she did it beautifully. Mm-hmm. That's who Katie was. Not only did I theorize that Vanessa Marshall's Dina was Diana, Princess of Themyscira, which she ended up being, but the way that WWE superstar Xavier Woods was playing Tommy, I'm like, okay, he's either Batman or a really mean Superman. Like a real bully of a Superman. Yeah. So when he ended up being revealed as Batman, I went, oh, by process of elimination, that means that Freddie Prinze Jr.'s Carl, who has been a dork, who has been a social pariah. Nobody likes him. Everybody thinks he's just too goody-goody. I went,
sounds like a real Clark Kent to me.
That's what I'm talking about, Sam. Exactly. So that was just a blast. And what's so cool is that whether these characters, I believe they were chosen by Sam Witwer to assign to his play, right? Like they didn't know who they were secretly superhero playing when the game started. And I think he did a beautiful job of knowing his players well enough, knowing them as people that he went, look, Freddie Prinze Jr., no matter how tough this dude can be, he can be real tough. And he plays a great Red Hood. If you haven't seen some of the comedy videos that he's done, at his core, he's a Superman. And Vanessa's a Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. And we're going to give Xavier the Batman. And Claire is a cat. Like, I thought that was fantastic.
Xavier describing himself as Batman, huge highlight, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
The light blue cape.
Oh, yeah. No, that was great. And then also, I feel like it's weird that I have to point this out. You guys, Lex Luthor was there.
Yeah.
Lex was Lex Luthor.
Lex was Lex the whole time.
That's crazy.
He was in the dean's office.
Not only was Lex, Lex was Question was Lex. That was a fun reveal, and I think only for those sort of deep cut DC fans, the ones who love the Question. And I have a theory that there was some confusion among the players when Sam was like, "It's a question." You know, the guy with the face. They're like, "Ah, yes. Do you mean the Riddler?" And he's like, "No, it's the Question."
I said the same thing. I thought the Riddler was also the Question, or the Question was the Riddler. It's on video. I know I said it. You guys were like, maybe. And then it made me feel a lot better that these 4 very smart people, very capable players, were also like, you mean the Riddler? Yes, yes, I do.
But it's just because there are so many layers to it. I had been confused because I was just like, but the Question's not a bad guy. Why is he orchestrating this whole thing? And it's like, he's just a disguise. Underneath it is Lix. They planted him in the dean's office. The whole thing is coming together. We have kind of a Zod as well in the picture.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, I'll be honest. I never put together that Rod was Zod. And he had a great homage, a great reference to the classic Zod line, kneel before Rod, is what he said instead. So because so far my prediction record has been spot on, I want it to remain untarnished. So I'm going to say he's not actually Zod. He's just a high school kid, and that's it.
We'll see. I don't know. For me, when they saved the dean, and then Sam Witwer sang ever so briefly, "Saving the Dean." That was a really nice little hint to a little movie called Ghostbusters that I'm going to guess 8 nerds picked up on at the time, but now you're all going to go back and watch and be like, oh, Yeah, saving the day.
And that was a great moment because Wonder Woman made that save and got some column shifts again, which is just like super bonus. Oh my God, how well she did at that. And she was using Rod's earring. And I loved that the players had secret goals we didn't even know about, which like, it just makes my heart so happy. Like Carl got a bonus in the game for making a friend. That is what I tune into RPGs for personally. And 2 of them have met their goals, which means there's some more goals out there. I don't know if there's time, but...
Oh, I really hope that Xavier and Claire get to meet their goals because, again, Sam almost replayed it for us, that moment of Superman asking Batman, "Are you my friend?" And Batman going, "Yes." And then that encouraging Superman. It was so funny.
It was the world's finest.
We were talking about this before, too, but there was an interview that Sam did where he sort of clarified what this alternate universe, what the parameters of it are. And apparently, they are all versions of the characters that we know and love, but they are really high school age. They're not adult superheroes pretending and masquerading or being brainwashed or something. They're high school kids, except for Batman. This Bruce Wayne is a little bit older, who is like 21 years old and is kind of going undercover 21 Jump Street style, playing like he is a high school kid, which I think a great clue that Sam dropped was when he had the psychic attack hit all of the characters, and the attack involved something like, "You care about popularity. You'll never be popular. You'll never be popular. Why even bother going to school? You'll never be popular." And it affected all of our characters except for Batman because he was over it.
And of course, that was our Miss Tessmacher, whom we had formerly believed was just one of Dina's friends. That was Ashley, and Brooke is Clayface, y'all?
Oh, Clayface. We're spoiled now. We are absolutely spoiled with the Clayface that Alan Tudyk has been giving us on Harley Quinn, the animated series. Because anytime you bring in Clayface, I don't care what it is, RPG or even just comics, all I hear now is Alan Tudyk, and I said it perfectly. That's all.
I am but a high school girl.
Right. So the reels are keeping coming. We have that beautiful new set as we're confronting the big plan and old Arkham. And what's going to happen next, guys? We're in the middle of a rolling doubles. It could go really well and it could go really badly. Superman is punching Lex out as we speak. What happens next?
If I had to guess, I think what's going to happen next is something that's going to make the players and the fans very happy, but it will probably frustrate Sam Witwer to no end.
Are you sure you haven't played a lot of RPGs? Because that's how that works.
I think I'm picking up on this pretty fast.
I think you're picking up what we're putting down, Sam. That's right.
In fact, I want to play right now. So, I don't know, as soon as the show ends, let's just keep the line open. Let's just play a game.
I literally have dice. Let's do this.
Great. I think, Sam, something you said earlier when I was like, there's no way that Rod is Zod. I think that, and then you were like, I don't know. You know what? We've already had all of our hero reveals for so far, our player character reveals. I think we might get some more villain reveals, possibly some more epic stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if Rod shows up and he's full on General Zod or some other crazy thing. Man, I almost want to read. I want to read comic books set in this insane high school world of DC.
Yes. So soon we will get to find out what happens next because, y'all, we are getting a bonus episode 6 that drops this week.
There's only supposed to be 5. There was only supposed to be 5 and they moved it to 6.
Too much good stuff.
Oh my God, it's a Hanukkah miracle.
That does it for us. Can't wait to see how this game is going to end. Join us next time for the big finale recap. It's great to see you again. It's great to see you, my DC Daily crew, and we'll see you next time.